It's his first day, man. We trying to build a little conglomerate here,
Let's
you know.
go.
Shout out to my man
shout out
Chase.
to Chase.
We gotta give props. You know, Chase is officially part of the Say What You Mean media. You know what I'm saying? So let's clap it up for him a little bit. Let's give him a little something. Let me see. We got a little Jean P. MC tag in there. You got to show him a little love.
That tech boy.
Yeah, man, we got to, man. Shout out to Chase, man, being a part of the squad. Shout out to Jordan as well for helping them with the video, man. I'm real big on like who's into the fold or what we got. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
like he been coming around for such a long time because you know a lot of people just want to hang out with me and Krishan and don't know why.
You know,
they be like, "Can we just hang out with y'all?"
It's probably that DoorDash pic. Everybody wants to see it in person.
Krishan and his DoorDash pictures, man.
And it was just, dude, like
that rope.
I have never been more vulnerable than I was at that moment. Like,
that's why they like you, man.
I was just a PlayStation Portable in my hand, you know what I'm saying? Just ran down the stairs. All right, hold on, babe. Let me get this food. Yeah, we were just kicking
Bro,
it.
can I take this off of here?
Yeah, man. Show comfort level, yeah.
I just opened the door and just the flash is going off as soon as I open the door. I'm like, oh, we both at the same time just
But that's why they want to hang with us because they see him do stuff like that, and then
and
like,
it's not staged.
It's not staged.
Yeah,
real
no.
shit.
You can tell. You got that robe on, bro. You could start a line of robes.
Hey, yo, if you knew the history behind the robe, you know that's his thing. It's like
that's that Mac Daddy robe.
That's that Mac Daddy robe right there. That's that swanky robe right there, man.
Where we do the damage.
Yo, man, y'all been keeping up with what's been going on this week in like music and hip hop.
How could you not, bro?
What you think, man? Kendrick Cole, who you got?
I got Kendrick, honestly.
Kendrick.
Yeah,
I
just because like you know, it's not even that like that diss was like, you know, buried him in any way. I mean, it kind of did, but I think artistically Kendrick is just he's got it for sure.
I love it for the culture, bro.
Yeah,
I love to see both.
He takes a lot of like creative risks. Like his last album obviously didn't get like any radio play, but I think that's what he was going for.
I think people forget that in this day and age, like it's okay to make art too.
Exactly.
You know, everything's so like numbers and numbers, but as a creative, you can appreciate Mr. Morale.
Exactly.
Obviously on the radio you didn't hear it a lot, but I love the fact that it's got rappers rapping again. I love the fact that like even with the past Dreamville Fest, which is like today, the time we're recording this, TD artists are on the Dreamville roster, so it's like they know they're having fun.
Exactly.
They know they're getting numbers. You know what I'm saying? Krishan, who you got? Cole?
I have neither. I just enjoy.
Why not?
I just enjoy the bout. You know.
You do it. Okay,
I woke up. Yeah, I woke up the day he dropped 7-minute drill and all that.
Ooh,
and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and hop on YouTube first thing in the morning. Literally, I woke up, hopped on Facebook, saw somebody talking about it.
Were you in the robe?
Yeah. Actually, no, the robe is a staple.
It's a staple.
The robe.
It's like with my stripes. Your robe.
I was gonna say, bro, I was expecting you to be on the striped shirt.
Not today, man. Yeah. I am trying to rock this little crochet thing.
Sweats,
yeah, I got the sweats. You know, I've been trying to do the whole little festive crochet thing.
I got how they're already faded because the zebra stripe
These are my favorite sweats.
Never
I love
keeps
these.
flavor, so like you couldn't expect them to keep the color.
I love these, man.
They went in the dryer 13
man,
times.
hell yeah. Listen. When I have like a favorite set of sweats.
No, I feel you. When I have a favorite pair of sweats.
Same. I think everybody does.
You do?
I think so. I got like mine are these like joggers from.
I had a favorite pair stolen one time.
You guys were stolen?
Was it a chick?
Yeah. And I was just like, I never got them back. Was very upset about that. I had a favorite pair of underwear even. One time.
I got a couple of those.
Well, you never get them back. Once your girl gets your clothes, you ain't getting them back.
And I was just like, why are my shorts here?
Hoodies are like pullover sweaters.
And she's gonna pick the best one. Like,
I think they're not looking.
They're looking. They're like, oh,
I was walking. I walked in the house the other day, and she was in one of my sweatpants, and I'm like, okay. It's like a minute, but you were just picking which one you were interested in.
Nah, but man, we are here, man. We here. My man Cadejo, got to dap you up, brother.
Bro,
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man.
doing good.
Doing all right?
Honored to be here, honestly.
Thank you for joining us on this Sunday, man.
Yeah, bro. Nice Sunday. Weather's looking up in Ohio, but
Finally.
it'll probably snow in 2 days. Hopefully not.
That's the reason why I had so many plans for like the yard. I was telling my girl, I was like, yeah, I got plans for this. I was start a garden right here, and then it's like the weather just would not break.
But it gives us hope.
Yeah.
Because we've been through some, 1 minute it's warm and it's snow, but this one day of like warmth weather, it's like, all right, I'm going to hold on
I don't
to
know,
it.
man.
Yeah.
This is different. Like the seasons are like shifting.
Yeah.
Like slowly but surely over time, you're gonna start seeing winter in July.
It almost feels like March always to me feels like we're leaving the fall and going into the winter. Like it does not feel like we're like approaching spring or summer right now at all.
Then you got the eclipse coming
Yeah, that's tomorrow, right?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah. I think
I
Northeast
haven't even
Ohio.
been paying attention to any of
People
that.
been
Yeah.
scaring me about it, man. Like I'm trying to understand
My job
the
said-
importance of this. I know it's important, but everybody's all like having parties and
People are leaving work early. Yeah.
People are coming in like tourists.
Yeah.
Are starting to flood in and everything. Like a customer of mine, he came in to pay his bill yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, they're selling like one hotel's putting rooms up for like $1,700 a night
Hell no.
just for
Dang,
that.
bro, yeah.
And they're paying it.
It's
People
almost
are
like
paying.
Hall of Fame weekend for this.
And I'm like $1,700 a night just to come here.
Are you
for
excited
something that's
about
gonna
it?
Happen like
Yeah, I mean, last time I was, because I think Northeast Ohio in general is going to have what they call like full coverage, as in like it's going to get pretty dark
yeah,
out here.
it's gonna
Okay.
be like for a couple of minutes. It's
Yeah.
actually gonna be completely dark.
Last time
That's nuts.
I experienced that, it was actually when I lived in Costa Rica when I was like, I think I was probably 6.
Really?
Yeah, bro. And I remember I was walking to school, and my mom was like, "By the way, like it'll probably get dark on your way there." And I was on my way there, and I remember there was this man just like sitting outside, and he had a welder mask on, and he was like, "Come here, you want to look at the
Hell
sun?"
no.
Yeah,
That
I
would have
went.
tripped me out.
I went. I was like, "Yeah, I'll look at it." So like, you looked at it with the welder mask, so like it wouldn't hurt your eyes.
Did you know the guy with the welder mask?
Yeah, a little bit. Like,
Okay, I'm about to say you just walked up to a guy.
yeah, no, he was like just like an old dude in the neighborhood.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't remember like who it was or what his name
I
was. I
you
was
just
so
walked
young.
up to him and said, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah,
He
I was
wasn't
like,
familiar though. Okay.
yeah, I was like, let me see it, but
What was it like seeing that as young as you were?
it was pretty crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was literally on my way to school because like Costa Rica's like crazy safe for kids. Like I was at oldest, like I left Costa Rica when I was 8, so at oldest I was like anywhere between 6 and 8 walking to school, and like everybody, like all the kids in there just walked to school, and it was just wild, like just seeing it get dark in the morning, like on your way to school. I think it was like 10 a.m. or something like that, and it just got crazy dark.
So you lived in Costa Rica until you were 8.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Man, that. See,
That's like where my artist name comes from, Cadejo.
explain that. What's your name?
So it's like a Costa Rican like tale, kind of like La Llorona and the Chupacabra type. So Cadejo it's this like crazy dog wolf type thing, like very big, and there's a black and a white one, and they appear to like travelers, and the white one will show you the way, the black one will get you lost.
Nice.
And
The black
my
one that you lost.
right, it's like, pause. But yeah, no, like my grandpa used to tell me that story all the time, and he'd be like, "Oh, I seen one," and he used to tell me all the time when I was little. And he's a musician, was a musician, and I just felt right to go with that name because my grandpa made so much music when he was younger.
What did you play?
He was a singer, actually.
Nice.
He would do like really old, like kind of like Cuban style songs, and so yeah, I feel like that's kind of where I got like my music creativity from, was probably like my grandpa. So I was like, it just feels right to name myself after this creature that he would tell me about all the time, and that's that.
I like the origin of that
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
So you said you lived in Costa Rica till you were 8.
Yeah.
I mean, usually we ask this kind of question like on the biographical part, but like what brought you guys here?
So my dad came here because he just got like a really good job offer.
Shout out to Pops
Yeah.
too, man.
Shout out your dad, man.
Shout out to Chino, bro.
Shout out Chino, man.
Yeah, Chino and the
He
family.
fed millions.
Yeah, yeah. So he
You already
got the
know
opportunity.
You know I'm cool with Chino.
Yeah, he's a regular over there. They all know him.
I know that.
Yeah, they got his order ready before he even comes in.
know this.
But yeah, he just had a really good job opportunity, and that brought him here. And I think a lot of the motivation to come here was just to give my brother and I just more opportunities in the States, and just kind of grow in a more financial stable country. Which unfortunately right now that's not the case, but back then it definitely was.
For sure.
There was a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, to a degree it worked. Y'all about to be kicking it in London
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
later on this
Crazy
year.
that
Trying,
that's-
man.
I'd like to be there, but I got to do dad thing.
You
New
gonna
dad.
be out there
Next
with us,
time.
man.
Oh,
You
yeah,
gonna
for
be out
sure,
there
for sure.
with us.
But I had to make a choice. She offered me another little kind of getaway thing right around that time, and I was like, yeah, it's closer, and I could just be a couple hours away if anything. So
Let me ask you this, man. What other places, like just speaking in general, have you traveled to, whether you were younger or old? Since you seem like you're a very worldly guy.
Yeah, so I actually I travel a lot in the States, but my first overseas trip was Italy last year. So we originally went for one of my best friend's wedding, and we just kind of made a trip out of it. And we're there for like 10, 11 days. The wedding was in Florence, which is walking in Florence is like you're walking in a museum, bro, like outside. But yeah, we went to Milan and then we went to Florence. So,
how long is that flight?
so we flew from New York out to Italy, and it was, I think, like 7-8 hours, something like that.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna take me about that much.
Hawaii. Why was Hawaii so long from Chicago? Like, I feel like
Did you have layovers?
no, we went straight from Chicago all the way out to Honolulu, and it was like 14 hours.
Dang.
Yeah, that was the longest. Like, that made me not want to fly anymore. to
That's
be
so
honest.
weird.
14 hours.
That's why That's why I asked him, because remember when we had what was her name? She was over there for a little while. She went to school for a little while over there.
Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Ellie.
Shout out to Ellie. And she said the same thing. Like, the flight wasn't only but like 7-8 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is it seem like it was forever?
Them flights be
I
forever.
think maybe
You
it's
done been there for a minute.
it might be like the type of planes, bro, like the speed they get, maybe, or
Maybe,
like how
I
high
don't know.
up they go.
I can't fly. Like, I hate flying. Like,
Yeah,
that's one of the things that like keeps me from traveling a lot. Is
It's
the flight.
exhausting. It's
I can't do it.
exhausting. Yeah.
You used to the airport life though.
Huh?
You used to the airport.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm in an airport. I think at minimum like once a month.
Cause I came to you for a couple of travel tips.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, every time you go to Chicago.
You know what I'm saying?
Is
Yeah.
that something for work or just pleasure? Or?
So I do travel for work, but I mainly, travel just to get out, like go to different shows, art galleries, art exhibits, stuff like that. And I work from home. Like I can work from anywhere. I got a laptop, not a
what's up.
desktop. So it's pretty cool because like sometimes I get to like go out and do this stuff and I don't have to take PTO because I'll stay at one of my friend's house and just work from there. So I just like save up my PTO and save that for like overseas trips and stuff like that.
What's the next big trip you want to go on? Like just thinking out loud. Where you want to go next?
Well, Scotland that we're doing in September. That's definitely like one of the ones I've been looking forward to the most.
Like what's the dream one? Like if you could pick.
Dream one? Tokyo for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For sure.
I can
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely like
Tokyo or like Vietnam.
I do Seoul. Like South
Yeah.
Korea. I do that.
South Korea.
Yeah, some Asian country for sure. I feel like that would be
Japan is just definitely top.
It looks so beautiful.
that,
man.
and like I just feel like that would be the ultimate like culture shock. You know what I mean? Like you can go anywhere to Europe, but it's obviously beautiful and it's a culture shock in itself. But it's just you kind of can compare it to other places, but when you go to somewhere like Tokyo or Hanoi, Vietnam or something, it's like you could only get that there. When Milan is a lot older than
Yeah.
New York, but like when I was in Milan, it felt very up to par with New York, just with better architecture and older architecture.
I would love to go to like Africa.
Yeah.
Like, just to experience that. Like it feels like the beginning of everything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've heard South Africa was a great place. I don't know much geographically where I would like to go, but I did hear South Africa was beautiful.
That's why I ask, because like a lot of people be like, "Oh yeah, I want to go to Africa," and it's like, well, where? Because Africa's the continent.
Yeah, like what part?
What
There's some places that look just like Canton.
Because my cousin Bruce, you know, his family.
Shout out
they're
Bruce.
From over, you know, I'm trying to remember where they're from, but his dad was like he was very famous over there. Apparently, I don't know much about the guy, but they always talk about him, and I'm like, well, where do y'all go? And they would go back every now and again. He passed away, unfortunately, but they loved it over there. But like, I never knew exactly where it was at to be able to pick where to go over there, because I'm like, I don't want to like run into a warlord or something.
Let's make that our next trip, bro. Let's make that our next trip.
Let's go.
I want to go to Costa Rica.
Let's do it.
Ooh, man.
Bro, yeah.
Was it beautiful growing up?
Bro,
like,
yeah.
just
It was amazing.
I can really imagine.
The air just like feels different just breathing.
It just sounds like sounds like a beautiful place.
Yeah, bro.
Hawaii was like the most extravagant place I've ever been to. That's good. I can't really say Hawaii. I say Hawaii because we did a cruise through all the islands down there. But that water is like straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think like it actually is that clear and that blue. It is when it's not heavily polluted with garbage for like the last 100 years.
When it's
like,
not heavily polluted.
It's not. You can see, like, from our hotel, you could see so far out, and the water was just crystal clear. Like, you could see the bottom, you know, until a certain point. Like, you could see where it dropped off. Even from our hotel, we were up high enough. You could, like, see where it dropped off into the deeper part of the ocean. Like, that was crazy to me, to where you can go over to the park and not see the bottom of that water, the monument. You know what I'm saying? You can't even see that, and that's not even 4 feet. It's crazy.
Because you just imagine, like, him saying Costa Rica, like, I've never been there.
Right.
I just know, like,
we get you some shows down there for sure.
Come on, man.
Easy.
Come on, let's make it.
That's easy work.
Come on, man. Let's do it.
Jean P don't need that.
Yeah.
Okay, trouble.
Come on, man. I'll be all right out there.
Get you a Costa Rican life.
Let's do it. Cadejo, where can they follow you at? Shout your social media out before we go on break.
So my social media, bro, Instagram is usually what I use the most. It's at papi.muerte.
Okay.
And yeah, I got Twitter. Twitter's same thing, Papi, but it's _muerte. So yeah, PAPI MUERTE.
All right. See where we're going to follow you at.
Just Instagram, Krishan_White.
All right. You can follow Jeremy at Ginger Ninja. Shout out to Jeremy. Couldn't be here today.
Got some stuff.
And Zach at ZWorthy68. And you can follow me Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok at Jean P the MC, www.jeanpthemc.com. Please sure to follow our Instagram, SWYM Podcast. Yes. Follow us on all that. And we're on YouTube, youtube.com/Jean P the MC. Subscribe to Say What You Mean. I feel good to point the cameras and able to say all that. So, yeah, subscribe.
Yeah, I ran
please,
into Jeremy yesterday.
Helps more than you know.
It does. It does.
NPC.
It does, man. It helps. So, you want to stick around with us for a minute?
For sure, bro. As long as you want me.
Let's go,
I'll be
man.
over here.
Jean P the MC.
Sweet.
We all in here, man. Say what you mean. Cadejo in the house. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 3-3, no arguments. Yeah, I got next, Jean P.
Episode 138. My guy Cadejo is in the house.
In here.
What up, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
In good company, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. What'd you think of the space here?
I love it, bro. Like I said, I've been here one time to see one of Erica's shows. Shout out Erica Reynolds for sure. But it looks totally different than when I came, especially because, you know, when I came, there was like a good amount of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've only ever popped in here like for that and then during First Friday, but I never got like to see the entire thing. So
This is it. The Hub Bar Factory.
anybody ever thought about coming that never came or doesn't even know about it for sure should come. If you're
Please
a creative
pull
of
up.
any kind.
Pull up to the Hub, man. This is one of our sponsors for the Say What You Mean podcast. Shout out to Tim Carmody. Shout out to Latrice Snodgrass, Equity House.
Appreciate you.
Aaron Dukes, Pristine Steam Wash. This is the Hub Art Factory, man. This is our...
I did one First Friday here. I got drunk.
Yeah, you got really lit. That was your first time?
Yeah, it's crazy. I just came here and everybody was like, here, drink this. Hey, yeah.
And you said, yeah.
Have a drink.
You know
I trusted
Krishan.
everybody, so I was like, nobody here is sketchy, so sure. And it was just all really good wine. And
I also want to shout out to my cousin, Puka, Audrey, for making me these cool hats. Now, I seen these for Harry Styles. You know what I'm saying? Harry Styles rocking the crochet.
Yeah.
But I love to see brothers rocking crochet, and I'm glad to be a part of the trend. So shout out to Puka for this cool hat here.
Yeah, these hats,
Crochet is killing it right
I
now.
needed a hat
Exactly.
that could stretch.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a very much like a Bushwick
Yeah,
Brooklyn
man.
hat. Like you see people in Bushwick wearing those for sure.
And LaRussell, shout out to LaRussell. He was on the crochet.
Oh, they got your initials on them, bro.
Yeah, man, got JP
That's
on
nice.
there. So the music notes and all that. So shout
Now
out to
I
Puka.
want one because now she's putting designs on.
Yeah,
it.
no, now you want one.
I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I said you needed one for that reason.
Shut up.
I didn't say anything about him being bad. Not one time.
Well, we have these. So Puka,
Please let me
anyone
get
watching this, y'all reach out to her and get
Heck yeah.
y'all crochet hat because brothers in crochet is where it's at 2024.
That's the move.
That's the move. Brothers in
Trendsetters.
crochet. I watched Dreamville last night. Jeremiah had a whole crochet coat on. I was
So we
like,
can expect you to wear that in the summer then?
I don't know. I sweat. You know, a little balled up here.
Yeah,
You know,
2024. So
might get a little hot, but right now,
It's got
see
some
it in the
breeze in
fall.
it. It's got like a little holes so it can
it's a
breathe.
spring and a fall hat. There you go.
There you
gotta
go.
put it on. All right, we good.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
definitely.
episode 138, man. We got my guy Cadejo in the house. Man. I'm glad to have you here, man.
happy to be here,
We've
bro.
known you for so long. It's crazy because when we first started the pod, like in the idea stages, we were trying to get your dad on the show.
Yeah.
We're trying to find sponsors and
Yeah.
move up and like to see where we're at now and to have you on the show. It's long overdue.
Yep.
So like, I'm
He'd
glad.
come out for sure.
Oh, we
He'd
gotta
do
have your
it.
dad. Oh, your dad has an honorary episode.
Yeah.
I told you on the phone, I said, your dad needs one of those McDonald's signs that says how many people he fed.
Right.
Because your dad done fed a lot of people in these
bro.
streets.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Best man
Everybody.
hero around. Period.
Do you get tired of the food?
Oh no, never.
Good.
No. I don't eat it too much, bro, just to watch the gut. But
Yeah.
that food will always.
Speaking
hit.
of the food, I could have sworn I had an invite to a carne asada.
Ah, yeah, what's
Bro,
up, man?
It's summertime coming. You guys definitely both invited. When we have a cookout, you guys are definitely.
Your family be getting
Sure,
down.
I know it's
Yeah,
fire.
bro.
I know it is.
Yeah.
I know it is.
You gotta try the Costa Rican food for sure.
What's your favorite
I'll throw
Costa
this
Rican
phone
dish?
right now.
My favorite Costa Rican dish, bro. It's called very simple, but it's a lot more than that. It's called rice and beans. It's very Caribbean based dish. It's mainly a Jamaican food actually. So it's these rice and beans. They're cooked with this pepper from Panama. So it's got like a real nice bold flavor to it, and it's served with this chicken with like coconut cream sauce and fried plantains and like a slaw, like cabbage slaw.
So you have a very extensive palate.
Oh yeah, bro. I'll eat anything,
Sure.
bro. Yeah.
Ooh,
One of my
man.
like outside of music for sure. A big passion of mine is just culinary, just food,
Culinary.
bro. Yeah.
That's one thing I like about not being picky, and one thing I thank my grandparents for is just making me eat everything.
Yes, sir.
Because now I can just walk into any restaurant. I know there's something in here I'll eat.
Yep.
It doesn't matter where we're at, and I have to deal with that now. With like my girl's like, I don't want to eat that. It's like, no, let's just try it.
Let's just try it.
Yeah.
I'm always down
But
to
it's
try
harder
something.
to teach or to put like adults on the new shit food wise.
But I love it. I love like eating with you, like new cultures. Like it's something
Yeah.
I've never tried, and just the way you describe it.
Yeah, bro. You guys got to come
I'm
out.
saying, I'm pleased.
Wait,
Please,
let's do episode at the Carne Asada. Bro.
Let's do it.
Let's do
It's
it.
locked in.
episode
It's
out
locked
there.
in. It's
Yeah.
locked in. I don't
Yeah.
know which one it's gonna be, but it's on camera. It's on camera.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this, man. We talking about just growing up in food. What side of Canton did you grow up on?
So I grew up Canton City Schools. I lived
Okay.
right down the street from Harder.
Nice.
I could walk to school. So I was there from. So when we moved, I was actually supposed to be in third grade, but they told my parents like, "Yo, him learning English at a third grade level was going to be a little tough." So they had the idea of like, let's start him off at second grade. So I'm basically like a year behind because of
Okay.
that. So from second grade to fifth grade, I was in Canton City Schools, and then we moved to North Canton. From like the second half of fifth grade all the way up until I graduated, I was in Plain Center, so Glen Oak, yeah.
To an eagle, huh?
Yeah, heck yeah, bro. Through and through.
What was it
Honestly, Glen Oak was an awesome school. Like, everybody got like horror stories about high school. Like, I loved high school, bro.
What did you love about it?
I think Glen Oak is just very appreciative of art and creativity. They had a lot of career tech programs. Like, actually, my love for it outside of just being an awesome school is I was in the commercial photography program.
Nice.
And my teacher, Miss B, she was actually like a huge inspiration for me, like artistically. And I catch up with her like every once in a while just because like she means a lot to me in a creative aspect, and we have like a really cool relationship. So I meet up with her like once a month or like once every couple months, and I always tell her like, yeah, you're an amazing photo teacher, like through and through, but the lessons that you taught me personally were more about art and just being true to yourself artistically and just unapologetically like expressing yourself. And
so art has always been kind of like your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like just growing up, like what was your earliest experience with art? Because even us just becoming friends, me learning you did music was something new for me. So what was your earliest relationship with art?
In Costa Rica, when I was in second grade over there, I was dying to be in the drum line, bro. So I did a couple of like tryouts over there, and obviously it was an elementary school, so it wasn't something like they would do like practices all the time. So I didn't get too deep into it, but you know, thinking about it, like my first time doing something creatively that I was like really like passionate and excited to do was definitely like trying to get on the drum line, like snare.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So music
is definitely,
What about your brother? Because you do have a sibling.
Yeah.
Correct. Is he into music?
He's very
Shout out Juan.
yeah, shout out
my man Juan.
He's very much I'm actually surprised that he's never got into producing, because like he's very much appreciative of like so many different kinds of music, and even shows me stuff that I'm like, damn, like how did I
thought he was
this?
a music guy. Like, when I first seen him, I was like, okay, they both do music together.
Yeah, no.
That's
so
both my mind. Okay.
He's always like asking. He's very curious, which is why I'm surprised he never dipped his feet into producing, because I think curiosity is the seed to everything, bro. Like
For sure.
if you're very curious about something and you go explore it, exploring it is almost starting to create, you know what I mean? And so he's always asking me like, oh, how do they make this sound on this song? Or like, I love how this part of this song sounds like this. And he's very curious, which like I said, very surprising that he's not like actively making music. But bro is the dude that like at parties, they're like, here's the aux, bro, go crazy.
He's a DJ.
He puts it on, yeah.
No, dude's cool. Like I remember when I first walked in, I remember he was in the kitchen back there, and like that window where you guys slide all the food down, like I seen him, and it just looked like he was so mad at me, and I'm just like, what the hell did I do?
He probably tired.
Yeah, and I get it, probably like, you know, here comes another one, but like, you know, it was like food on point. But then I had him on Facebook not too long ago after we shouted your dad out and everything.
Yeah.
And he's funny as hell.
He is,
like,
bro.
He's
cool.
funny.
Bro makes people laugh like crazy. Yeah.
He's definitely funny.
Yeah, people gravitate to him for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, your family's good people, man.
Thank you,
for
bro.
sure.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
So I want to ask you this, since we're talking about experimenting, this new album that you have.
Yeah.
What got you starting to experiment? Was I asked you on the phone, I was like, how do you describe it? Because I didn't know how.
So it's honestly even hard for me to describe it, because it's kind of hard to put the EP into one category of music, because I kind of just made what I wanted to hear. And
that's what it sounded like. Like when I was listening, I'm like, it didn't feel like any rules.
Yeah.
And when we were talking and I was looking into the genre, because you consider it experimental.
Yeah, I would say.
And we talked a lot about how you really didn't feel no rules. Like it just felt like he was just doing what you wanted to do. Like, is that your approach with?
That's my approach with music through and through. And that's like my biggest advice to anybody that like is making music or wants to get into it is just do what sounds good to you. Like
create without expectation.
Exactly. Like just make it and put it out, and that it's liberating really, and it makes you put you in like a very vulnerable spot, especially someone like you. Like I feel vulnerable putting out instrumental music. Like you're putting out music with lyrics that not only are deep, but have a lot of meaning to you personally.
Yes. Sir.
So putting out something like that to me would be amazing. Like the thrill of how someone's gonna.
I respect that even without the sound. Like I respect the fact that you can have a statement with your music and you're not saying no words.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, the producers or engineers in that genre of music, they know the science of the hardware. They know how to get certain sounds, which is why I'm like, that community in that genre is like, they know what they want to hear, and they don't go by rules.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too where like you can make this type of stuff like sitting in your bedroom.
Yeah.
So you know, with so many VSTs and plugins and stuff, like there's so much out there. Like everything's very accessible right now. With making music, like a big example of like a recent artist is like Billie Eilish. Like,
yes,
you know, her like biggest like debut EP or album it was all made in a bedroom, bro. Like, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're in that age now though, where like, if you have, you know, the actual motivation and say, I want to make something good and I want to actually make something quality, it doesn't matter where you're doing it now.
Exactly.
Like back 10, 15 years ago, you know, you think about where we were, you know, in the bedroom with GarageBand, you know what I'm saying?
And just
like,
ideas.
Yeah, just doing stuff like that. And it was a little bit harder then, but now we live in an era where, you know, you can get picked up by a director or something just by having your TikTok looked at.
I saw yesterday when I was watching Dreamville Fest. The first artist's name was Lil Tyler, and he's young, and they were just like, you know, my day it's like you went to the studio. He was like, oh, I blew up. I made the song on my phone. And I was like, if you would have told me that in 2008 when me and him was eating McChickens,
right? You would have told me people were doing what they're doing with iPhones as far as filmmaking.
And it led him to Dreamville Fest.
Yeah, even like you said, like with filmmaking, there's a new movie called Monkey Man. I haven't watched it.
I've heard great things about that.
But I heard that like the budget got cut in the middle of like filming the movie.
Yeah, I've been hearing he went through some hell.
Yeah,
like, to make
he broke like some ribs and stuff. But yeah, they cut the budget, and I think like the last like quarter or last half of the movie was filmed on like iPhones and GoPros.
Man, you talk about that. I'm always texting him about, and this goes along with our conversation of creativity. It's like, even what we're doing here.
Yeah.
When you see this, right, you think multi-million-dollar production. Man, we using our own cameras.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a cell phone. One of those, I'm not going to say which, but one of those cameras is a cell phone.
Yeah, a cell phone. This device, you know, it's like we're in this ability to create.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So with your project, from the cover to the sound, what was the creative process like?
So sound-wise, so my laptop broke like a while ago.
The worst.
So I was like in a year of like hiatus from creating, and it kind of made me go mad a little bit in the head. And I just took that time to travel and find inspiration in other things that aren't music, just to kind of, when I did, you know, get a laptop again, I could just really put out something that was special to me. And ambient instrumental music's always been like my favorite music. Even back in the day when I was like in like a hardcore like deathcore band, like in high school, like I did listen to
deathcore band?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So like even back then, I listened to that type of stuff, but what I was like listening to the most, it's always instrumental music, like even like movie scores, stuff like that. So I just kind of took that world and took this electronic experimental like house world and kind of collided them.
The music was very cinematic.
Yeah, so that's like it's almost like, you know, you have all these like glitchy drums and, you know, aspects from drum and bass music, jungle, house, and then you have these like synths that you would normally hear on something very
drum and bass fan.
Yeah,
that's what gravitated me to your project, because I never listened to anything like that, but when I listened to it, I felt like I was going into like a world. And I'm a music guy, so like as I'm listening to the music, I'm looking at the cover art, and I'm just like, man, what is?
For me, I'm a Dom and Roland fan. If you're familiar, Dom and Roland.
No,
drum
bro.
and bass artist.
Yeah, give me hip after this.
Yeah, Dom and Roland, definitely. Yeah. I'll get you up to some stuff, especially if you're in that instrumentals. But they do a lot of like underground drum and bass kind of stuff.
I love that.
Or Tim, but Roland is the Roland 808. But I mean, that kind of music is what kind of like made me like, I was listening to yours. I was like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And I like driving to that kind of stuff every now and again. Just pop my headphones in, especially when I'm out running credit.
This is nighttime. This is some nighttime shit. Like,
that's what I was going for, bro. So
I played Nectar. Like when I played it, I was riding at night, and I was just like, man, she sound like the song. Like, you know. So who are some of your favorite artists in this genre that inspire you in your sound?
So in that, they're kind of all over the place, because I think my main inspiration would be more of instrumental artists, you know, like ambient artists like Brian Eno.
Okay.
This band, This Will Destroy You, is like one of my biggest inspirations. I love Burial. They're like, they do something very similar. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm the first person to collide these two worlds together. Burial does that a lot, and that was like a huge inspiration for me. Aphex Twin, and yeah, that's a pretty hard question, bro. Just because, like I said, I was
Seems
mainly
like you're always discovering.
Yeah.
Genre. Like it's always something else coming.
It's hard to keep up. You know, Fred again is a kind of like he's coming up pretty big. So I would say he inspired a lot of it, just because he's such a creative person. I do enjoy his music a lot, but it's more of his approach to creativity that inspired me, you know, about him in particular. But yeah, Sam Gellatry is another producer that inspires the crap out of me. Like, I'll show you some of his music after, and he is just like, I don't know what goes on in his brain, bro, but the way he composes it's just hard to even describe.
We were talking, and like, now that we're in this festival season and the weather's getting better, I always wonder how certain music sounds out. No, we were in festival season. What is this? Have you seen this done live? Have you ever experienced experimental, like in a concert setting?
Yeah.
What is it like?
Yeah, so it's very immersive, honestly. You kind of feel like you're in a collective, like, community of people that understand, because unfortunately, you know, this type of stuff it's not the stuff you hear in the club or the radio, you know, like Live in Miami or something.
Debbie later.
There's definitely a lot of clubs like New York, Chicago, London that really focus on this, and that's like, it's huge for this type of music. And you know, I go to Brooklyn a lot, Chicago.
Shout out Brooklyn.
Yeah, shout out Brooklyn, bro.
Love Brooklyn.
Yeah, so like going to these type of shows and seeing them, they literally sell out. It's just very inspiring to be like, you know, there's really an audience.
I noticed that, man. Those shows sell out.
Yeah.
Well, I was just getting ready to, because I'm glad you asked it, because I was getting ready to ask you, like, with you going to London and like drum and bass and that kind of instrumental music being like really big over there, like, have you thought about ever playing a show over there?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like, man. Here's some Cadejo live.
Yeah,
what's up?
like I would love to do that.
Because you pretty much said it yourself. Like, I do know over there, like, those kind of shows are huge. Like,
Yeah,
It's the same way hip hop. They appreciate music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, drum and bass in the UK is huge, actually.
It's like super mainstream over there.
Yeah,
so
drum
like,
and bass is like pop music here. It's like that. Like, and I actually just saw some like the OG heavy hitters from the UK. They came to Brooklyn. I was there last weekend. Chase and Status. I don't know if you heard of them.
I think they were on a set that there's a, like, they do called Sun and Bass, and it's like a bunch of different artists that they kind of mash back to back. I want to say they were on one of them.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I saw Chase and Status in Brooklyn last weekend, and that made me want to like just write another album. So that's definitely coming up.
You got some more coming up?
Yeah.
This is your first project, like, formally. So is there more music coming?
Yeah, for sure. I'm about to be working with a vocalist here soon. I think that's probably what I'm going to focus on next. Is a singer I met. His name is Will, and he sent me some of his music, and I was under the impression bro just made instrumentals, and he sent me, and I hear this person singing, and I was like, yo, is that you singing, bro? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, we're doing something.
You ready?
Yeah, like we're doing something.
I was even talking to you, like I'm learning about the production, like making beats, and I was sharing with you the different ideas I had with your sound. Like I've never done nothing like this, but I would love to collaborate. Like,
I was gonna say, bro, we could do something very, very cool.
Yeah, because I was just like what I was just talking about, like Sun and Bass. Like they'll typically have like an artist playing their tracks and everything, but then they'll have like the host that would typically just be freestyling at different intervals.
The sonics on this, like it's new for me, and I just like when I genuinely say I love your project, I do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really love. It's different for me. I love things I never heard.
Yeah,
like, this is a genre. I'm hip hop,
and you can hear your travels in it. You know, like I can tell.
Yes,
like
that means
when I first like got hip to you in general, like when he told me about everything about your dad and Mr. Hero and stuff, you know, we added each other on Facebook, and your profile picture was in some crazy museum somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
man, he always doing something.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this guy, like
he always doing
that
something.
was always what you were doing. It just looked like you were traveling a lot and seeing things and putting everybody onto that, and then you can hear that in that album. So
thank you, bro.
Yeah, it's just really cool to see, like, to know that you like to travel and then hear that. It was like, yeah, you can.
Well, that's why I said what I said when I met you. Like, very well-rounded people, and you can hear it in the way they walk, the way they talk, and the way they create. And to do something like this in a genre outside of just traditional hip-hop and R&B, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that is always considered to be done by people like me and you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So to see us do experimental and do hip-hop and, you know, even like with Beyonce doing country, like everyone doing things that we're not expected to do is dope. So when you were like, when you told me this, I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know you did this.
Right.
For me, it was just super cool. I was like, because I don't know too many people who are into drum and bass in general outside of me. So like
it's
to
not
have
normal
to know
for us.
somebody who's like making music adjacent to that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, that's really dope for me. So that's why when I gave it a listen, and I was like, yeah, you can tell, like, I can tell you like to travel off of that because I could hear the UK in it. Like I could hear Sun and Bass in it. I can hear this playing in one of those clubs. I can hear that host.
Bro.
Could you see yourself doing that? I could see you doing a project based on your travel.
Well, that's why I asked him if you were doing something over there, because like I can see this being played in one of those clubs.
That means more than you know.
You need Jean P. executive producer.
Yeah. No, but, and I mean,
like I want you to hit YouTube after we leave here and look up Sun and Bass. Any of them, Sun and Bass 2K14, any of them on.
I'm going to definitely do that.
Look that up.
I'm glad you said that before I explained that, like, this project is very, very, very heavily influenced by traveling.
So,
like, even before I took this big hiatus in creating, I've always looked at other mediums for inspiration. For example, like, I love going to art museums. Like,
me too.
Renaissance art is like a big inspiration for me, and it's always been one of those things that I'm like,
I love art museums.
It's always one of those things where I'm like, yo, I want to make something that sounds the way this looks. So like, I'll take a picture of a painting, I'll go home and just start creating like a scenery for this painting, like a sonic scenery for a painting. So, you know, when my laptop was broken and I was just doing heavy traveling, I would take recordings on my phone of just like what a space sounded like. I would take pictures, obviously. And yeah, I think my biggest goal in music is to make something immersive for someone to listen and kind of escape or immerse themselves in the music and just feel like, oh, I could, like you said, like, oh, I could see this playing here, or like, oh, this is good, like driving music. It's never really been a goal of mine to make it big or be famous or make any money. I think just creating is so rewarding in itself that I don't want anything else out of it. And just like, you know, putting this part of me into the music just means a lot to me. Like, I don't care, like, I mean, obviously I care how many people listen to it to some extent. I would be lying if I said I didn't. But it's never been like, oh, I need to put I wonder how many people are going to listen to it, or I hope this blows up on TikTok or something. It's just like,
from one artist to another, I will say it's a good start.
Yeah.
I would tell you personally, it's a good start, man.
From what you're trying to convey, what you're trying to put out there, you were successful in this endeavor.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
You're great. You're very great at that. I'm not just saying that because you're on the couch with us. You know,
yeah.
We tell people say what they mean, and I'm saying what we mean. It's like for this being a new genre for me, and appreciating it because we're so hip hop, R&B. We're just one way. When we hear something outside of what we're used to, it's great music, man. So one last question I want to ask you: if you could say something that you mean right now, what would you say?
I would say create what you want without caring what other people are going to say about it.
I like that.
Just, creating is just, we're so blessed to be in this time. Like you said, everything is so accessible. You can make, I'm not even playing with you. Over half my album I made on my couch in my living room.
That's beautiful.
Like just
that's the power of music.
With like a mini MIDI keyboard, just trying out synths, drums, and I'm not even playing. Like my wife even helped me with one song because like
that's dope.
It's the last song, "Flowers for My Garden." It's like very heavily ambient, like for the first half. Then the second half, like some drums come in, and I was like, I don't know, like should I have the drum part first and then this? So I had her listen to it like 6 times.
Shout out to the wifey for
helping out. Shout out to the wifey for sure. She was like, no, it's like keep the instrumental, like the ambient first and then the drums. But yeah, just create, bro. Create and take advantage of where we're at, what state we're at in the world right now, where things are so accessible. All you really need to make something special is a laptop.
That's it.
And
an iPad.
Laptop and
it almost kills all the excuses now.
Yeah, laptop, passion and creativity, and just do it and put it out. Like we don't even need a label to put stuff out anymore.
At all.
You can get on DistroKid, put out an album that could potentially reach thousands of people without a label pushing it.
What song do you want us to play going into the break?
I would say, Obulus.
All right, man. Let's play Obulus going into the break, and we're going to go into Peace, Positive Point.
Before we get into that, though, I also have something. I definitely have something. I'm going to say what I mean right now. First and foremost, Chino's Mr. Hero right now.
Back. Say what you mean,
coming out.
My guy Cadejo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What's up, Weez? What's going on?
Just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Chilling with the best.
Thank you for being there. I dap you up, man. I do this with all my
Thanks
guests.
for coming through, man, for sure. New setup, so I can actually dap people up now.
Yeah, anytime, man. Bro. I'll come back whenever. Even
first podcast?
Yeah, first podcast ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Fonts to get me on his, but bro's sleeping.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Put my man Cadejo on the podcast, man.
But yeah, bro.
Great project, Through the Quiet.
Thank
out
you, bro.
now.
Yeah, out now.
Definitely cop that. Great driving music.
Yeah. Please cop, man. Like I said, I'm very proud of you. You've always been a great friend of mine, great brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to the project. Can't wait to see you out there. I say, if it's Clavo, you're out there with me. So.
Yes. But yeah, no, we definitely gotta do like a split, like a song or two.
Come on, man. I'm with all that.
Yeah,
I'm always down to collaborate. Say What You Mean is a network of creatives. So anyone that's been on this show, on this couch, collaborated with any of us, man, you're a part of the fold, man. So I'm glad that you were able to be on the show, express yourself, and share this project, man.
Yeah.
So what's the plans for you today, Nee?
Today, just chilling, bro. Got to work tomorrow, so just taking it easy with the wifey.
I'm gonna try and do that.
Eat probably some pizza or some junk food for sure.
Some junk food today?
Yeah.
It's a nice day to eat some pizza.
I'm mad Mike's Pizza ain't open, bro. That new one at Ohio Deli.
Mm-hmm. They closed?
They're closed today, yeah.
I never had it.
I was trying to get over there after this, but yeah, they're closed.
What's your go-to spot, like when you something to get to eat, quick to go? Like what's your we talk about food a lot.
Quick to go. I love me some Chinese food, bro.
Me too, bro.
Lee's Panda Garden.
Yes.
Bro.
You know Krishan know all the food spots.
I hated that Lee's Panda Garden changed their hours after COVID.
Yeah.
Because that was my lunch spot. For real. And then I think they only started opening for like dinner or something like that. I think so. And that was just the saddest thing in the world to me because I just didn't get over there on time, ever.
It broke your heart.
It did. Best Mongolian beef. I'm telling you.
Yeah, shout out Lee's Panda Garden.
For sure.
Lee's Panda Garden.
Canton Staple on Cleveland Ave.
We need to get some food because he always shouting out different restaurants.
Yeah.
There's nobody bringing us no food. We want to try some food on here all the time.
And, bro, goes unsaid, Mr. Hero on Tusk.
Come on, man. Plug it.
Do it.
Shout
Shout out Pops, man. Want to plug him? Yeah. Shout out Mr. Heroes, man.
I'll put Chino up against
Anybody.
any Mr.
That's
Hero.
right. We talking our shit now.
Yeah.
Mr. Sheen, come
The
on
whole
now.
family, Juan, Miss Carla, all of them. I put them against
Waffle
anybody.
fries unmatched.
Yes, sir.
Forget McDonald's.
Stop
Yeah.
playing. Brian,
Exactly.
you cool too. Brian be in there.
Roman Burger,
You know what I'm saying?
legendary.
Yes,
Roman
sir.
Burger is like, remember when I was little, my mom used to be like, don't nobody touch my Roman Burger.
Yeah, exactly.
You get the Roman Burger.
You get violent.
You
It
get
was
violent.
it was the fried pickles that got me hooked.
Yeah.
And
Fried
then I remember they went away and I went in there. It was so funny because I was like, yeah, can I get an order of fried pickles? And Chino was like, oh, we ain't got them no more. I'm like, what?
He was all mad, like, you ain't got no
I was
fried
like, what you
pickles?
mean? He was like, yeah, something about Corey. They didn't want to do it anymore. I'm like, what?
He mad at Chino.
I
like,
just got hit.
Bro was pressed.
he was like, Chino,
No,
man,
I
come
did.
on,
You
bro.
can ask your dad. Every time I went in there, I was like, y'all got them back yet?
Yeah.
You getting them back? And
I
then
think they're back now.
No, they are now. Because
Yeah.
that was one of those. As soon as I went in there, first thing he told me was like, you know they're back, right? I'm like,
He warned you, like, they back, bro. We good. We
you
good.
good? And I was like, yeah, man, because I ain't want to have to default, like
Right.
switch up my defaults or nothing like that.
I
Like,
hate
just
that.
bring them back.
But
Yep.
shout out to your family, man, for what they've
Thank
done.
you,
in
bro.
the
Hold it down for
community,
sure. They always
what they've
make
done
sure
for you and your
everything's good.
brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all have done great things in this community, man.
Yeah, they're always helping out, bro. There's like, not even because they're my parents, but people go in there and they're short on money. Chino's like, don't even worry about it,
Yeah.
bro.
That says
Yeah.
a lot about
Smile on
his
his
character.
face.
Yeah,
too.
especially like when there's a bus stop right there, and when there's like it's hot, people are sitting there waiting for the bus. So come in, get you a drink,
Yeah.
wait out here. When the bus comes, just
That
get out.
never goes unnoticed.
Yeah, bro, and that's why there's a lot of people that got love for Chino, bro. I get noticed all the time.
That's
in
what I'm
public.
saying, bro. Your
'Cause,
dad
like,
defend the streets,
It's like,
man.
when we did our thing there, and how many people like after all the shares, would just say like,
Yeah.
hands, there's no competition, you
Yeah.
know. But they didn't say just about the
Love,
food, but they talked
man.
about
Yeah.
Miss Carla and Juan and Chino.
Shout
and
out
how
Miss
good
Carla,
people they
man.
are. So.
Yeah, like it's hilarious, bro. I was at the mall. It's a couple of years back, and my dad is Chinese. We have a lot of Chinese like blood.
Okay.
And my dad looks very Asian, like looking at him. And I was at the mall, and this dude came up to me, random dude, bro, never seen him in my life. He was like, you look just like that little Asian dude at Mr. Hero. I was like, that's my dad, bro.
My dad, bro.
He was like, tell him I want a Rumble burger, and
Right.
yes, I want cheese with the fries. I was like, damn.
Don't forget my cheese
Yeah.
cup.
No, you
Exactly.
can't.
Yeah.
And not eat that.
Can't forget the cheese cup,
Exactly.
man. Nah, but y'all know how we give it up on the pod, man. We love to end our show on a positive note. So we
Always.
love that our guests, they have a quote that means something to them for the week, man. So who wants to kick it off?
Y'all go first.
Go ahead, Wiz.
I said y'all go first.
Oh, you want to
Oh, they said I'll go first.
Okay, well,
That's
I'll kick it off. My positive point, talking about creativity today, says, it's by Maya Angelou. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. I know this talking with you how from the time you started in Costa Rica to now, how creativity is just taking you to great heights and
Yeah.
how it's affected your marriage and your relationships and
For
your
sure.
music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ever get tired of creativity. It's always
Exactly.
going to be there. Even today, with being with Chase, we were just out chilling and we got creative and made a video. It's just
Exactly.
how crazy you can just get creative like that and
Exactly.
it never goes out.
Yeah.
Even with you, Weez, when you were like, I have no excuses.
Yeah.
You're around all these
No,
creative
for
people.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So creativity is powerful, and I love that she says that you can't use it up.
Exactly, and it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's
Not
everywhere.
it's not just art, bro.
It's like shout out. I also want to shout out my boys Nico and Black down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go, man. Shout out to Cadejo. You got second place, right?
Did he?
I think he
didn't
said
even
he
know
got
they did
second
the
place. Could
results
be
yet.
wrong.
I ain't been on the phone.
Shout out
I
to my
ain't checked.
brother down there doing his thing, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can go next.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just speaking on everything we talked about as far as like having audiences for different kind of creative outlets and your father and everything he does. The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members.
Real talk.
Exactly.
And I say that in the, you know, like I said, just speaking about your dad.
Yeah.
And, you know, being the kind of guy he is with the restaurant, like going to that Mr. Hero ain't just going to get something to eat. You know, you're always going there.
Yeah.
They're always cool. Everybody's in there's cool. They're always talking to you. They're always making sure you're put together and your food's on time and it's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
But on
good.
top of that, you know, with like we were talking about with like I didn't know you were in a D&B and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and just put each other onto that, and just knowing that there are people out there who share similar interests, it helps you find that tribe we were talking about, you know what I'm saying, before we even got on there. And that's important, especially with being a creative, is to be around people who are going to help you do that, because like you said, when
Exactly.
you're around them kind of people, it's almost no excuses, you know, as to why you're not doing what you need to do. Because you're surrounded by it. You see what happens when you just do the work.
Right.
You know,
It's all around
that,
you.
that
People you
community,
know,
that
yeah.
creative community is very, very important.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that, man. That's a good
Yeah.
positive point.
Yeah, I love that.
For sure.
What you got for us, man? What's
I
your
do that.
positive point?
My positive quote is actually from Rick Rubin.
Okay.
His book.
It's a good book.
He says, in terms of priority, inspiration comes first, you come second, and the audience comes last.
What does that mean to you?
Something I live with, like, that's like what I live by, is just, you know, like I've been saying, I'm like echoing, just make art, bro. Like, I think like I think making art, whether it's music, painting, whatever it is, it should be the absolute most selfish thing that you do. It should be something that you make because you want to hear it, you want to see it, not like, oh, let me make something that sounds like Drake because people love Drake. You know, to me it's just like stay true to who you are and what you do, and just create, express yourself. And if you think it sounds good and it's what you want to hear, just do it and put it out.
I like that. We get so caught up in what others think.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and that holds back so many like potential creatives.
Facts.
Referencing back to your album, man, it's just like I could just tell listening to those tracks, like you didn't care
Yeah.
who was listening or what. You just cared about your tribe, who would
Yeah.
appreciate it, and that's why I loved it. That's why I was like, yeah, this is it.
Thank you,
I
bro.
just like that the album stood on exactly what you said by I made something that I wanted to listen
Through the quiet, his way.
and it literally
you know what I'm saying?
sounds
Yeah.
exactly like that. Like no cut corners. Like I don't care about any of this. I didn't want to make this sound like anything else.
Yeah.
This is what I would want to drive to, and you made that
Yeah.
exactly that way, and it perfect.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate
job,
it. Yeah.
man.
And it's like, you know, hearing you guys talk about how the album or the EP made you feel, it's like, it just kind of goes to that point. Like if you're making music with an audience in mind and you're making this music to fit a mold of what people like, when people connect to it, what does that actually mean to you?
Exactly.
It doesn't mean anything. Because like you're making this music that you know someone's gonna eat, you know what I mean? But if you're making music truly of what you feel, what you want to make, and not making it catered to the masses, when someone connects to it, it means
Way different.
so much more.
Way different.
Because like they're actually connecting to
you.
a part of you, not like a part of you that's like, oh, I'm trying to get on the radio, listen to this.
They're not connecting to the emulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because hip hop and music, we get so caught up in like the look versus like, you know, what gravitated me to hip hop was the feeling.
Exactly.
So when people listen to Jean P, I want them to get a feeling versus what they see.
Yeah.
And they look, I want people to feel like, man, I like that Jean P song. Like,
Yeah.
before they even know what I look like.
Yeah, I mean, when you came out with your last project, that's the first thing I told you. I was like, I fuck with this because, like, I can tell you're being genuine. I can tell you're just saying what you feel, saying what you mean.
Yeah.
No pun intended. And you're not trying to cater to this audience. You're not making music that'll necessarily go off like at fucking M-Bar or something. You know what I mean? And I think that's where people get lost.
That'd be
Like
crazy.
people like
Jean P at the
it's
end.
like people's idea of success anymore is so monetary, and it's
sure.
sad. Like to me, I feel successful just because I put that out.
For sure,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it has 2 plays. I made it for myself, and
people need to let the creation of things be the success.
Exactly.
I say that you are successful because you set out to do something
that you wanted to do,
and it worked.
Yeah.
Based on me being a fan of the genre, I can say based on what you told me you went into that album trying to do and trying to convey. Like I said, I felt like I listening to it, I know where if I can almost say I felt like I was been in that museum with you. I looked at that painting with you.
Whatever exhibit he was looking at, you felt like he was looking at.
Yeah, because I can see myself looking at it the same way. Plus, I could just think like, listen to that song and then put his profile picture back to it. You can almost put yourself in that same room, and that for me is why I feel like you were very successful in what you just set out to do with that album.
Bro.
And so
that's what art is supposed to be, man. So project well done.
Successful.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, and that's like, I think everybody, no matter what they do, romanticize the fuck out of your life, bro, in every aspect. Because like, we're all just here to be happy. You know, we're all after the same thing in different ways.
It was all put on this earth to be dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Just so romanticize the fuck out of your life. That's like my biggest thing.
I like that.
Like, when you go out to eat, go the fuck out. Like, enjoy yourself. Like, if you travel, just like romanticize yourself and the people around you, and just like lift everybody up, bro. That's what it's about. To me personally, just like, I hate that the term "it's a movie" is like such like a fuckboy type thing to say, you know? But it should, like, you should romanticize your life and just make it feel as surreal as possible with doing the things you love doing.
But sometimes it really do be a movie, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it do.
It really,
Yeah,
it really.
in the worst of ways and in the best of ways.
Yeah.
I know some people, they do say that. They just be saying it over. Like, oh, your homies came over and y'all had a couple of beers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not a movie.
No, it's not.
Nah, we just had to
But I
get
can tell you right now, if this was the Patreon podcast, I can tell y'all a few movies.
We can talk about some movies.
Yeah.
Real movies.
Nah, but any last shout outs before we get out of here, man?
Bro, shout out, I want to shout out Naomi. She's the one that did the album art.
Okay, shout out Naomi. Great art.
Yeah, she's based out of New York. She's also Costa Rican. Known her like my whole life. She actually did this shirt too. So she did the album art. I basically just told her, like, look, listen to this. This is what I'm going for. Immerse yourself in the sound and just create what you want.
She did. 'Cause
She
I thought you did the artwork.
No, she did it.
She listened. She did the job well done, because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and also shout out to my boy Sean in Chicago. He's the one that mixed and mastered it, and
Great job.
yeah, I couldn't have been more relaxed of having my project in someone's hands. And the way I met him in Chicago is literally because I was wearing a T-shirt of this producer, Sam Gallatry, that I mentioned earlier. And he was like, yo, you listen to him? Like, I don't know that many people that do. And that's how we connected. And
Wow.
literally the next day, we went to a show together in Chicago, and we've been friends since. And
shout out to him, man. That's
Instagram at rosha.wave, W-A-V, so ROSHA.wave, W-A-V. If you need mixing and mastering done,
Okay.
that's the boy to go to.
What about you, Weezy? Any last shout outs?
The friends, the fam. Shout out to Pa. Shout out to 10 for letting us do this here. Shout out my girl, doing a great job with the pregnancy. Shout out doing great in school. And that's about it.
I want to shout out my man Chase. That was his first day taking
Let's
over
go,
for
Chase.
the right
Good job, Chase. Good job with the camera work.
So Chase is a part of the team officially. I've been wanting to give him his flowers the whole episode, so he's been holding down the cameras. Jordan as well. I really appreciate the people who've helped outside of just me and Krishan helping with this pod, like with the pictures and the videos. You know, I know this day and time that's an important thing, and we only know so much. So for those who have helped us, we really appreciate it. All the subscribers and new listeners. My man Cadejo, thank you for being on the show, man.
Bro, it's an honor. Like I said, I'll come back whenever. We can talk about
Oh, no, we already locked in for the carne asada.
We gotta do that.
There's no going
camera
back.
Crew already here. You know what I'm saying?
There's literally no fucking going back on that.
We're gonna do the Chino show. We're gonna have Chino do his own show.
Yeah,
man.
We can make it a cooking show. He can actually just like, we can get the camera right over his shoulder.
Come on, man. Come on, Chino. The show some.
Let's fucking do it.
Nah, but we out of here, man. Episode 138. Jean P. the MC.
Thank you guys so much.
My man Cadejo in the house. We out of here. Say what you mean.
Peace.
Thank you guys.
Say what you mean what you say.